What's up, YouTube, man? Welcome back to the channel. It's actually gonna be my first video in a while. If you read the title of the video, you pretty much know that it's gonna be pretty much about SAP program, the do's and don'ts. Um, for those who are unaware, I will be transitioning this channel from what it used to be, which was like a more so a car channel, fashion, and it will be transitioning over to a trucking channel, which is hence why the name is now called Trucker's Truth. I'll be implementing a lot of videos, a lot of content on the trucking industry, getting into the trucking industry, what it's like to be in the trucking industry, things you'll deal with in the trucking industry if you're a new driver, um, all type of content. It's gonna be a lot to look forward to. So if you into that kind of stuff, please subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the video as well. But let's just hop right into it. I know you guys seen um, the description of the video. If you are in a SAP program, this is for you. If you are in a SAP program or you are currently, if you just got into a SAP program, if you're currently still going through the SAP program, or if you know someone in the SAP program, this video is going to be very beneficial for you or them. So please share it. And we'll talk about what a SAP program is. I won't make this video too long, but let's get right into it. So in the trucking industry, a SAP program is called a substance abuse program, right? And with the substance abuse program, it's a program you're going to be implemented in, or or a course you're going to have to take, a program you're going to have to go through whenever you have a refused drug screen, a drug refusal, or a tampered drug screen. So if you try to manipulate a drug screen in any way, shape, or form, as well as alcohol. So if you have like alcohol testing, I'm not sure how that works. I've never met anybody or know anybody that had got a violation. A SAP had to do a SAP program due to alcohol. It's always been drugs, as far as I'm familiar with. So we'll speak on that specifically. So let's I'll give you an example. Say for instance, it's Tuesday. It is, as of right now, it is February 18th, 2025. So say for instance, today is Tuesday. Your boss calls you up for a random drug screen. You do your drug screen. Let's say Thursday, Friday comes back, and your drug screen is positive for THC. What's going to happen immediately is they're going to immediately remove you from being able to drive a CMV. You're still going to have an active license, active CDL, technically, but you won't be able to operate a CMV, commercial motor vehicle. Which, in all honesty, really ain't no point in having a CDL if you can't operate a CMV, because that's the whole purpose of having it, nonetheless. But that's what will happen. A violation, it may take a couple days, it may take a few weeks. I know when I got my SAP, I had a refused drug screen. I ended up getting the SAP, having to do the SAP program, which is what I'll get into as well. It didn't show up on my clearinghouse for like a month, 3 weeks, or something like that. But it will show up, so just be patient. If you do have a failed drug screen and it hasn't showed up on your SAP, just be patient. And you can pretty much start looking for SAP providers, and that's what we'll get into as well. That's the next step. So first step is you take the drug screen, you fail the drug screen refusal, you may have tried to tamper with it, manipulate the drug screen in any kind of way, you've been caught. They remove you from being able to take drive, CMVs. You can't work for your company anymore. They're 9 times out of 10 are gonna fire you. So you're gonna be terminated. Next step is finding a SAP provider, right? And let's talk about that. If you are still doing drugs and actually the first step is not finding a SAP provider. If you are currently still doing drugs or whatever it is you're doing, whatever got you into the position to have a failed drug screen, the first step is just stopping. All right. Is no in between. That's step one. If you are not gonna stop, just stop watching this video. If you are gonna stop doing what you're doing and you want to get your CDL back active, you want to be able to get back to work and drive a truck again or whatever CMV you drive, whether it's I'm not sure, it's different types of CMVs. Then continue watching this video, because this video is for you and it'll be helpful. The next step is, after you stop doing whatever drugs you're doing, you're going to be in your cleanse process. Now it's time to find a SAP provider. So as truck drivers, we have this thing called the clearinghouse, FMSCA clearinghouse, and it's pretty much a database that companies will use to run pretty much like alcohol and drug usage background checks on you to determine whether or not you have violations for drug use or alcohol abuse, drug abuse or alcohol abuse, or use, whatever, which is why you're going to get the violation in the first place. You're gonna go on there, or you can go on Google and you'll pretty much search on the FMSCA clearinghouse different SAP providers. I recommend you go on Google and just type in, SAP providers near me, or the best SAP providers in the U.S. because you don't necessarily have to use one that's in your state. I currently live um, in Texas, and I use a SAP provider in Atlanta, Georgia, and she was amazing. Her name is Miss Burns, and the name of her company was On Time Screening, right? On Time Screening. And I will leave her information below. I end up paying like $650 out of pocket. She got me taken care of and squared away within like I think 2 3 weeks. I pretty much was ready to go. As far as getting my license reinstated and getting back to work, starting the process of getting back to work. But you're pretty much going on Google. You'll look up different SAP providers near me, then you'll do your due diligence. You'll research them. You'll call. You'll see what's the procedure. I'm going to tell you pretty much what the procedure is for the SAP programs, but different companies have different things they do and how they do them. So that's what you'll do your due diligence in. So you'll say you found a SAP provider. They're going to charge you between, I saw on average like 500 to 750 as far as like SAP programs, maybe 800 to 1,000. It might get up to 1,000. I'm not sure, but luckily the one I went to is one time screening out of Atlanta, Georgia, and the lady's name is Miss Burns. She's amazing. Like I said, I'll leave her information below and the link below, and as well as the phone number as well. You can contact her personally. Um, and yeah, so that's what you'll do. You'll pay, you'll get the ball rolling, and then as far as the SAP program, is 6 steps, right? And I have to write them down for you because I wasn't gonna remember these off the top of my head. So step number one is your initial SAP assessment, well, evaluation. So they'll evaluate you, see what's going on, determine why you had a failed drug screen, what kind of violation it was in the first place. 2 is treatment slash education plan and development, which is when they come up with the best plan that's going to be suitable for you in your SAP program. Number 3 is a follow-up SAP evaluation. And number 2, the treatment and the education plan development is you taking a test, you're taking an assessment, all that kind of stuff. The 3 is just following up that evaluation. Step 4 is where you get into getting ready to transition back into the trucking industry and get your CDL back active so you can drive a CMV again. And that will be RTD, your return to duty testing. And your return to duty testing is pretty much you just going to take a observed drug screen. Now, at this point, if you ever have to do a SAP program, if you've taken a drug screen before with a trucking company, you know for a fact that none of your drug screens were ever observed where they have to actually watch you. Now you're at a point where, from this point moving forward, especially throughout the SAP program, they're going to be every drug screen you do moving forward will be observed, which means a male will have to come in a restroom with you and deliberately watch you pull your pants down, urinate in the cup, the way he knows you're not trying to manipulate or get over in any way, shape, or form on the drug screen. So that'll be number 4. After number 4, that's when your license becomes back active and you're able to operate a CMV again. You'll be on step 5, which is just followed up testing plan creation, which is pretty much them determining how many drug screens you have to do, how often, and in what duration of time. So I'm not supposed to know this, but I'm not supposed to know this, and don't ask me how I found this out. But I'm supposed to do 9 drug screens in 18 months. But your SAP provider won't tell you this. My SAP provider did not tell me this. I found this out in a lucky manner, if you want to say. But yeah, that's what step 5 is. And then step 6 is the very last step of the SAP program, and it is continued monitoring with the random drug and alcohol testing. And that's what step I'm in currently as of right now. I have 1 drug refusal. So I'm currently, I think I'm like 3 tests in so far, 2 or 3 randoms in it as far as with the company I'm with now. And I have like 7 more to do within a 13-month time span, 14-month time span, which is left. And that's the last step. And throughout that process, you may have to do 6 drug screens within a year. You might have to do 4 within 8 months. It just depends on your SAP program, your evaluation, your assessment, and what your SAP provider thinks is necessary and recommended for you. Once step 6 is over, once you've completed all your drug screens, remember that I need you guys to remember that the SAP will still be on your clearinghouse for 5 years. I'm not sure if it's 5 years from the date of the day of the initial violation, or 5 years from the date of your last drug screen completion of the step 6. But I know it's going to be 5 years. And I'll do more research on it, and if I find it out, and when I find it out, I will relate it to you guys if you guys want me to. But that's pretty much it. The do's and don'ts of the SAP program. Number one, stop drug use, stop alcohol use. And the second, and the only one I can really think of besides that, is don't get discouraged. Um, if you are in the trucking industry and you're in the SAP program or you've been in one and you're still trying to find a job, you're gonna get a job at some point. All right, just don't revert back to your old habits. Don't revert back to the drugs, and don't get discouraged because within like I think 2 weeks of me deciding, 3 weeks of me deciding I want to get back into trucking or drive trucks again, I landed here. And that's what I'll share in my next video. I'll share what company I work for as of right now, what the pay is. I'll give them a rating, and I'll let you. And because they do take SAP drivers, so I'll make another video and I'll share that with you as well. So stay tuned. But the dues of the SAP program, take it serious and put your best foot forward. If you're in the SAP program, like I said, and I can't stress this enough, where you have to stay disciplined and you have to stay encouraged, and you have to show some form of willpower when it comes to getting back in the trucking industry, because it can be hard and it will be a lot challenging. Majority of the companies that you probably worked for or could work for previously to your SAP violation, you won't be able to work for them again. A lot of the major companies, you can the companies that will be willing to take you will more so be the mom and pop companies. The companies that have 50 trucks, 10 trucks, 20 trucks, 100 trucks, 200 trucks. It won't be the major carriers like Swift. I think Schneider takes you as a SAP driver, but you have to be in a specific step. I'm not sure. And you can, and some companies. Let me say this: some major companies will actually take you, but you can't have more than one SAP violation, or your violation has to be complete. And it just only thing that you have to be complete. All 6 steps have to be complete, but it can only you'll have to be in the last part of the SAP, which is where it just shows on your clearinghouse. Sorry, I got tongue tied. But all steps will have to be complete. It'll just have to be showing on your clearinghouse, and then they'll take you. Some companies they won't even take you if you're in. Some companies will take you in step 5, step 4 after your RTD. The company I'm with now took me in step 6, so it just you just have to do your due diligence. And as far as the company that I gave you I recommend for the SAP program, she also gives a list of companies. She gave me like a list of 30 companies after my SAP program. I did my research. Honestly, like maybe 7 of them actually took SAP drivers, so it's definitely a list that needs to be updated. But that's what we got Google for. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and just try to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? 13 minutes in, this video ain't too long, ain't too bad. Do want to say I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning back into me, and I'm gonna reiterate that this channel will definitely be a channel based off the trucking industry, due to the fact that that's my career. That's been my career. I'm 27. That's been my career since I was 21. I intend on this being my career for the foreseeable future. It's done a lot of great things for me. I'm pretty sure it's done a lot of great things for you guys. If you're watching this video or you're trying to get into the trucking industry, just be mindful of this. If you haven't been in the SAP program, just stay off the drugs, and just be mindful of what you're doing, and just be careful. At the end of the day, we all adults. We're gonna do what we want to do. So that's that. But that's pretty much it, man. If y'all got any questions, please leave it in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you found this video informative or educational in any way, please like, comment, and subscribe. And any constructive criticism, I'll take it on the chin. So, leave it in the comments. It's your boy Blue, man. And now this YouTube channel is now formally known as Truckers Truth. Truckers Truth with Blue. We locked in now, man. Tap in. Share it to all your people, man. It's your boy Blue. I'm out.